What is up, DCS crew? It's Carlos back at it again today. Thanks for tuning in. We have a follow-up review to the Take 5 video that I had done. There was one of those knives in particular that I mentioned that I was going to be reviewing in the near future, so I figured I'd just go ahead and upload the video now and have it ready for you guys. It's from Civivi, okay? It's a Brad Zinker design. It comes in a couple of different variants, but the one in particular that I have has a gray stainless steel liner. It's a carbon fiber with blue handle. It's a gray stonewash Nitro V blade, and it's looking really nice. It's from Brad Zinker. This is the bow. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and talk about this for a little bit. We're gonna show it off with some other knives, talk about the ergos, give it a couple of pros and cons, and of course, I'm gonna go ahead and give you what's in my pocket. And today it is the Towser K from Kizer in the red canvas micarta. So stay tuned. We're gonna go ahead and dive in deep on the Civivi bow. Try to keep it quick today. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Daily Carry Solutions. This is the Civivi bow. This is a design by Brad Zinker that has been produced and released through Civivi. Now, you may recognize Brad Zinker's name. I've actually run into him at SHOT Show. I believe it was in SHOT Show 2020 where I ran into him. I think it was at the Boker booth though. And I don't think that he had done any folders just yet directly with WE or Civivi, but he had a design through Drop called the Dogtooth that I actually reviewed some time ago. I'll see if I can go ahead and put that up here. But if for whatever reason I don't, just remind me and I'll go ahead and I'll add it to it later on. Let's talk about this knife for a little bit. Put this to the side so you can go ahead and see the specs over here. Okay, it's actually a really nice knife. It's a smaller knife. Beautiful though. I gotta tell you, it's very gentlemanly, and kind of just going ahead and showing it off with some other knives so you can go ahead and figure out what the dimensions are. Let's get a couple of ones that you would be familiar with. We'll start here with this guy. No, most people on earth are familiar with this Civivi. This is the Elementum carbon fiber shred with the silver flake and Damascus blade. And another one that people are probably familiar with, American made Benchmade bug out. This is the version with aluminum scales and an M390 blade. Awesome knife, great action by the way. And let's see here, what else do we got? Oh, by the way, you've seen this before on the channel. This is the Civivi Nox. I believe it's also in Nitro V. Don't quote me on that. Actually, let me verify. And yeah, it is. Okay, cool. We got a Nitro V blade here. All right. And last but not least, since we are on a carbon fiber kick, let me go ahead and take things one up and show you this Fat Carbon Reverie. This is a Justin Lundquist design from Concept Knives. Looking forward to review that one soon. Really, really nice. Okay, but back to this guy. So there are a couple of variants. I believe there's one with red, but I actually like the blue. It makes it look really nice. And just, you know, that carbon fiber, the way that it's cut, it looks really, really nice, and it just pops really nice in the light. I'm a fan. So just to kind of tell you my thoughts on this as I'm taking this out to go ahead and show what it looks like in the pocket. You know, it's under 7 inches. So typically what you'll see in an office carry or gentlemanly style carry knife is something around 7 inches in overall length. You'll have a 4-inch handle and a 3-inch blade. This is actually a little bit less. It's 6.7 inches, and that's actually what it looks like in the pocket, by the way. Let me go ahead and adjust it here so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, just a little bit sticks out. Just a little bit, I want to say the booty. Just a little bit of booty meat sticking out of the shorts there. Everybody likes a little bit of booty meat sticking out of the shorts. I know I do. All right, so back to the bow. The handle itself is just over 3 3/4 inches, and you're looking at just under a 3-inch blade, which makes it legal to carry in a lot of places where you can carry a knife just with a blade length of 3 inches and under. So that definitely helps. It's a drop point, very slicey Nitro V blade with a matte stonewash finish. If you can see here, there is the maker's mark for Brad Zinker. It's pretty simple, just that BZ, but it actually looks pretty dope. I like it. And then on this side, you have a nice virgin style blade. And then to be able to go ahead and figure out what the blade steel is, you'd have to look at the flipper tab here, and it states it is Nitro V steel. All right. Obviously, you have the pivot in Civivi fashion with that C that looks like the Capsule Corporation from Dragon Ball, but whatever, it is what it is. Deep carry clip. It is not recessed into the knife scales, as you can see here. Hopefully I can show that. You know what, let me get my knife. Let me get my light actually and show that off there. Okay, so you can see it sits proud of the scales, but at least these screws are flat. So at least what it's going to do is allow you to be able to wear this, you know, with slacks, jeans, khakis, that sort of thing, without messing it up too much, so that you don't have to replace the pants after they've ripped up from knives coming in and out of the pocket. It is only right hand tip up carry. So lefty, guys, I'm sorry, no lefty love here for you. You do have a flipper action with the bearing system, and it has a liner lock. So let me go ahead and give you the front, the show side, the rear, and the back side with the clip. Got the two standoffs there, and you have a little bar here in case you want to go ahead and put, you know, just a small thin little lanyard. I really, honestly, you know, with my medium to large chunky hands, I'm actually able to go ahead and get all 4 fingers on here. So it's nice. All right, so let's talk about the pros, okay? First and foremost, one of the pros is the fact that, you know, this is very true to the Brad Zinker designs. He has a look, while simplistic, it's undoubtedly his, and I like that about it. I like Brad's designs, and this really does fit the mold, but it's been tailor-made to look classy, but classy on an affordable budget, which is really nice because, you know, for something like me, you know, for someone like me who likes to, you know, switch up his knives whenever he's at the office for carry, this would be something that would look really nice in the pocket. It's going to be really nice and classy if I ever have to take it out. And if it doesn't, if it looks classy, people think it's nice and not murdery, which is it's great. So aside from that, let's talk about the action. It's on bearings, and it has really great action for the size. I gotta admit, it's actually pretty nice. Go ahead and show that a little bit. But because of the fact that it's not a very large knife, you won't get that crazy drop shutty action, you know, no matter how much you try, no matter how much freaking KPL you put in, which, by the way, when it comes to lube, clean it really well. Less is more. Just use a little bit, and it's going to go a long way. And like I said before, because of the materials and just the way it looks, it's a really nice looking knife for, you know, just a gentleman's carry or even an office EDC. And you're going to find this variant and a couple other variants like it under $80. And when I say under $80, it's probably like $79.99 and change, but you get the point. And I'm sure that there's a couple places that are selling it where you'd be able to get it a little bit cheaper too. So there you go. Speaking of options, you do have options to be able to go ahead and figure out which version of the blade you want. So you have this kind of a matte stonewashed finish to kind of keep it from being too reflective. And then you have a black blade. And I believe it's a black stonewash blade, but don't quote me on that, okay? And you also have handle options. So aside from the carbon fiber with the blue or the red, you're gonna have micarta and G10 options, which I thought was pretty cool, okay? Now, just to bring the Elementum back, I just wanna go ahead and show this off, okay? And if you noticed, the Elementum is an overall slightly larger knife, and it's slightly thicker in the hand. And you can kind of notice it when you look at both of them here. Let me go ahead and see if I can put both closer to the camera, okay, just so you can see what it is. Now, if I get really close and I show you the edges on both, let me see if I can go ahead and line up the edges here. Believe it or not, you're actually going to get, and it seems to look like that you're going to get as long of a blade edge, as much of a blade edge on the Brad Zinker, the bow, as the Elementum, which I thought was pretty cool. But one thing I also like about this, that it edges out the Elementum, which is a nice and popular EDC, is that it's super, super slicey, and it's really pointy, especially compared to the shape of this particular one, which is obviously one of Civivi's best sellers, and that's why I reviewed it so many times, and probably going to review that one on the page. Even though everybody knows what an Elementum looks like, they still want to see the video. So now that the pros are done, let's go ahead and talk to you about the cons, okay? So first things first, when I actually held this in my hand, I noticed that the jimping that was here, it really didn't fall where my thumb did. It didn't land, my thumb didn't really land in that area. It landed forward of it. So it'd be nice if the jimping would be a little bit higher or actually extend. So if instead of just having jimping here, if it could have it here, that would be great. Or if it could just extend it just a little bit, I want to say like maybe half an inch, it would be great. I'd at least be able to get some of my thumb on there, or even my finger if I'm going to go ahead and do something, you know, around here. But again, with the finger is just kind of being pedantic, but at least the thumb, because, you know, people that are going to be handling this aren't going to be just carnies with small hands, you know, like the Austin Power reference. All right. So, and aside from that, like I said before, because of the clip, which is deep carry, and it's also matte, so it's not reflective. The issue with this is if you're a lefty, you're not going to get any love from this. And I'm sorry, guys. It is what it is. Third, one thing I do want to go ahead and mention is the fact that while it's a very sleek, simple design, it lacks a lot of ergos. You just see the little kind of nub here, but like everything else is kind of straight. And that means that when you use it, it's going to be a little bit more uncomfortable, and your hand's going to be a little more, you know, cramped. And that kind of gives me that kind of, that vibe where it's gentleman or office EDC if you're just going to use it really quick. And because of the fact that it lacks those ergos, like I said, it's going to cause that cramping issue, you know, for people with medium and large hands. Maybe somebody, you know, with smaller hands may be able to fare a little bit better, but if somebody with medium to large hands, or just fat mediums like mine, with extended use, I'm definitely going to go ahead and feel it. But again, at under $80, this is actually a really nice knife. It comes in a couple of different variants. I would go for this one or even the red one. If you've seen it already, you'd know what I'm talking about. And I like the fact that they have that deep carry clip that's satin, but it's not reflective, just like the blade, to keep it from being too flashy, unless you put like a nice mirror edge finish on that. Oh, I'm sure that would look really nice. I mean, it's got a decent finish right now for the edge. I haven't really messed with it too much. I did strop it. But I'd be interested in seeing something like this with a nice, you know, wide bevel and, you know, mirror edge. I bet you this thing would be a slicing demon. And I'm sure that Nitro V ain't nothing to mess with, if you know what I'm saying. So, my verdict on this, well, if you're somebody like me and likes to go ahead and rotate his office carry knives, I think that this would be a nice little addition to the collection. It wouldn't be something that would take too much space in my pocket, you know, constantly, because I do have a nice rotation of different knives that fit that particular bill. But maybe for yourself that may not have too many options, this may actually be nice for you. Keep in mind, if you have smaller hands, this is great. If you have medium to larger hands, it may get a little bit crampy if you end up using this for extended sessions. So I just wanted to go ahead and give you my thoughts on that. So like I said, this is the Civivi Bow. This is a flipper knife from Civivi. It is a Brad Zinker design, under 7 inches, under 80 bucks. It's got some nice looks to it. You got that matte Stonewash Nitro V blade. You've got, you know, that deep carry clip. You know, everything about it looks, you know, nice. And if you don't have a lot of office friendly or gentleman, you know, or church going EDC options, this was actually, you know, a pretty nice option, honestly, for the money. So just keep that in mind if you are in the market for one. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you got something out of this video. If you didn't, you know, just go ahead and hit that thumbs down. I don't give a shit. It's going to help with the analytics anyways. So, or excuse me, not the analytics, but the algorithm. Yeah, either one. It's going to help with both, because I still get your view, which helps with analytics. So that being said, guys, just remember, whether you're going to use something like this or even go, you know, just full out with the Civivi Elementum, maybe you're going to go American and pick up the Bug Out, you know, or something a little bigger. Maybe it's casual fighting, you want something bigger, and go for that Towser K. Just remember, if you EDC, make a DCS. You guys have been great. Here's some videos for you to go and watch until the next video. And until then, peace.